Hi, this is Kevin with Filling the Pig, and today I'm going to be showing you how you can use Yahoo Finance to research a company's stock. If you're new to the stock market or trading stocks and you've never done anything with research, Yahoo Finance is a great way to get started. This video is going to show you how to access Yahoo Finance and evaluate a specific stock on 5 key points. For today's video, we're going to focus on 5 key points, and the stock we're going to be analyzing is CenturyLink as a company. We're going to focus on these 5 areas: EPS, or earnings per share. We're going to identify whether the company is profitable or not. The second item we're going to look at is dividend and dividend yield, if the company actually pays a dividend, and what those dividend and dividend yields mean. Then we're going to take a look at the chart, the 5-year chart of the company stock. Has the stock been going up or has it been going down over the course of the last 5 years? And then I'll be showing you where Yahoo Finance displays some of the company's financial information and an analyst perspective on the stock. At the end of the day, what are the analysts saying? The analysts being those individuals that work in the industry or are in the business of buying and selling stock. And then the final area we're going to look at is the market and industry, where you can get some basic information to understand what's actually happening in the industry. The reason the market and the industry is important, if you can imagine buying stock in a company that manufactured typewriters 10 years ago, what your stock investment would probably look like right now, considering the fact there aren't any more typewriters or anybody manufacturing typewriters. So market and industry is another good way to gauge what might happen with the stock in the future. And like I said, today we're going to be reviewing the company CenturyLink and their stock. To get started, obviously the first place we have to go is Yahoo. And as you can see, I'm already on the main Yahoo page at www.yahoo.com. To access the finance homepage, the first place we're going to go is, you can see the menu up across the top here where it says Finance. We're going to click on the Finance tab. And what's going to happen is that's going to take us over to the Yahoo Finance main page. Now you may not know this, but Yahoo Finance is one of the most popular finance sites on the internet. You can't buy or sell stocks or mutual funds through Yahoo, but Yahoo provides a vast resource of information for stocks, mutual funds, bonds, and other investment tools, and that's what's actually made it so popular. To get you familiar with the site here real quick, what you'll see is, if you scroll down across the top here, you're going to see the key indices that are available or that Yahoo provides. Today the market is closed, so you're not going to see any of these numbers changing, but if the market was open, you would see these numbers changing on a real-time basis. As you scroll down, Yahoo provides a resource of news and analyst opinions and, the long story short, what's hot in the industry at the time. So Yahoo's a great resource if you're looking to research stocks, mutual funds, or quite frankly just to analyze any company in terms of their performance in the stock market or the industry. For our purposes today, we're going to be analyzing CenturyLink, which is a telecommunications company. Now, if we want to locate the stock summary for CenturyLink, the first thing we have to do is we're going to go over here to where it says quote lookup, and we're going to start typing in CenturyLink. And you can do this with any company, and Yahoo will bring up the closest search that is available in their databases. And as you can see, CenturyLink is the number 3 option down here, so we're just going to click on that. And what's going to happen is Yahoo is going to bring up a stock summary for CenturyLink, and the stock summary is the place to start if you're going to initially start analyzing a stock. As you can see in the upper left hand corner here, the current stock price for CenturyLink is $24.41. It is currently up 6 cents from the previous day, and it is up 0.25%. So this is the place to start when you're doing a stock analysis and after you located the company and their ticker symbol. CenturyLink's ticker symbol is CTL. Okay, so there's a lot of information that can be provided here, but again, we're going to be focusing on those initial 5 variables that we talked about, or 5 key points. The first one, earnings per share. If we look down here, you can see that the earnings per share is 1.02. 1.02 represents that CenturyLink is making money. If CenturyLink was not making money, this number would be a negative. The TTM here represents that Yahoo is calculating the earnings per share over the last 12 months. So, in regards to this key point, CenturyLink's making money. That's a good thing. The second item we're going to look at is the dividend and yield, and you can see that's located just below the EPS. The dividend for CenturyLink is $2.16. That's an annual number. And that $2.16 represents 8.85%. That's 8.85% of the current stock price, $24.41. So CenturyLink does pay a dividend, and so if you are a stock owner of this company, you would receive $2.16 per year, regardless of whether the stock price goes up or down. If your stock price didn't go up and down and you paid the stock price at the end of the year was the same as what you paid for it, and you received $2.16, that would be an 8.85% return. That's a pretty good return on your money on an annual basis. So that's the dividend and yield for CenturyLink. The next item we're going to look at is we're going to look at the stock price over the course of 5 years. Yahoo provides this graph on the right hand side, and as you can see up here, there's a 1D that represents 1 day. Yahoo Finance always defaults to 1 day. We want to look at a 5-year performance of the stock, so we're going to go over here and we're going to click on the 5-year tab, and Yahoo is going to present us with what the 5-year stock performance has been. As you can see, it's been pretty rocky. It's peaked here, and then it's dropped back down, and it's been going back and forth, up and down. And so there's not a definitive answer here in terms of the stock price going up or the stock price going down. It seems to be bouncing all over the place, and some of that could be because of the stock market itself. Some of it might be because of industry conditions, some things that are happening in the industry. The biggest thing you want to ask yourself when you see something like this is, why is it doing that? Because that will allow you to do additional research on this particular stock and find out why the stock price has been bouncing up and down versus the stock price clearly going up or the stock price clearly going down. The fourth area you can go to get additional information on CenturyLink is if you scroll down and look at the far right side of the Yahoo stock summary, you're going to get additional information on this particular stock and CenturyLink in this case. And what you see first is earnings. Yahoo provides a summary of the last 4 quarters. The solid circles represent what the analysts believe Century should be making earnings per share, and the orange color is what Century actually came in at when they released their earnings. So you can see that in the first quarter of 2017, the analysts were actually expecting more in terms of earnings than CenturyLink was able to deliver. And so the obvious question with that is, why is that? As you continue to scroll down, you can get information on a quarterly basis of CenturyLink's revenue and earnings. Scroll down a little further and you start getting into some of the analyst information. Recommendation and trends. The analysts are recommending this stock be either a strong buy or, on one end, a sell on the other. In this situation, most of the colors here are yellow, so the analysts are recommending that you hold. Hold means that if you currently have the stock, you're not going to sell it. And at this stage of the game, you're probably not going to buy the stock. You're just going to hold on it. And there's probably a reason for that. There could be things going on with the company or the industry itself that are causing analysts to provide that type of information. If you scroll down a little further, there's analyst recommendations in terms of the rating, again, from a strong buy to a sell on the far right. They're recommending a 2.7 for this particular stock, which is kind of in the hold range here. Scroll down a little further, you get analyst price targets 15. That means 15 analysts have determined that the stock price in 1 year will get to about $26.20. It's currently trading at $24.41. So one way to look at that is if you were to purchase the stock right now for $24.41 and it was to go up to $26.20 in a year, your return would probably be a little over 10%. But keep in perspective, this is just a recommendation, and from a stock perspective, stock prices can fluctuate heavily on different market conditions or the company's performance. And then finally, taking a look at the right side here, there's upgrades and downgrades. And Yahoo posts when asset management companies like Jefferies or JP Morgan here initiate coverage, recommend an upgrade or a downgrade of the stock. As you can see, most of this information is pretty old. It's June right now, and the latest recommendation is back in February of 28th of 2017. What is most important out of these upgrades and downgrades is you look at the actual asset companies that are initiating the coverage, because to do more research you can go out and actually look at these companies like Jefferies and JP Morgan, and they'll have a more updated recommendation on the stock. So that's where you get the additional information, financial information and analyst perspective. It's on the right hand side of Yahoo Finance. The final area where you can get some additional information on CenturyLink in terms of news, as well as market and industry information, is right below the stock summary. Yahoo provides the latest news and information regarding the company, and in terms of the industry or the market, what's impacting potentially the stock. So if we scroll down here, immediately we see a couple things. First of all, it looks like there's some class action lawsuits that have been filed against CenturyLink. And as you can see, as you scroll down further, there looks like there's numerous class action lawsuits. Now, I'm not going to go in and to read one of these, but the obvious question is, what are these lawsuits about? So this is a place where you can get additional information on CenturyLink and or what may be happening in that particular industry. So the big question is CenturyLink a good stock to invest in? Well, looking at our 5 key points that we started out with, from an earnings per share perspective, CenturyLink is profitable, so that's a good thing. The second thing is the 8.85% yield on the dividend is a positive thing as well. However, based on the analyst information we looked at over on the right hand side here, and the latest news articles that we're seeing here in terms of this lawsuit, it's probably a good idea to do a little more research on CenturyLink and really understand what's happening here. Because what we may find once we do the research is it starts to explain why the 5-year stock has been bouncing up and down. There may be things going on with the company or the industry that are making this stock volatile. And then you'll have to make the decision whether you want to invest in it in the future. So that concludes our quick video today on how to use Yahoo Finance to research a stock, in this case CenturyLink. There's a wealth of additional information that you can access regarding whatever stock you decide to research through these top tabs. The statistics, profile, financials, you can dig deeper into a stock. But one way or another, I've been trading stocks for a number of years, and I found Yahoo Finance as a good resource just to start out with the basic research and start to understand some of the terminology and the different measurements that are used by analysts and those folks that are involved in stock and the stock market. I hope you enjoyed this video, and I hope that Yahoo Finance provides you with a resource for just getting started if you're trying to learn more about stocks.